Welcome. Checking all systems.
Sound check. Okay, so back in Elite Dangerous for a little bit. Just going to be a short thing here today. I am at Leavitt Port, and I'm in the middle of a community event. It's probably getting close to being done, but let me double check here. I brought this is a community event that I'm bringing the, supplies to a station. They're in the middle of an Oktoberfest. So it's Oktoberfest in Boggy at the Leavitt Port. And we're bringing them fish, beer, and animal meat for a big party. The old Oktoberfest. So that's what I'm doing. I have brought several loads here already. Actually, I only brought 3. But I've got a pretty good sized ship, so 3 loads, I think, brought me, well, let's see. I should got it back. Go back in here. Shouldn't have left. Open, open, open. All right, let's see. I'm pretty sure that's all I brought was 3, but let's take a look. I'm in the top 50. I want to get into at least the top 25 or the top 10. If I can. We'll see. It's no big deal. I'm just doing this for kind of something to do and a little bit of money. I can make a little bit of money at it. I brought 2,816 tons, and that's not that many loads because my ship holds 720 tons. So it's a pretty good sized ship. I used to use my Anaconda for this kind of thing, for transporting, but I got a new ship. Let me show it to you. External camera.
Confirmed.
Alright, so this is my new ship. Isn't it sleek looking? It's pretty cool. But it holds 720 tons. I got it stripped down of everything else. I'm close enough to my home port that I didn't even need a fuel scoop. So it's pretty cool. That's what it looks like on the inside. There's 3 pilot chairs. The lead pilot, obviously. There's a co-pilot 1 and co-pilot 2. The co-pilot 2 is actually behind me. You can't see it. Let's see if it's in the back here. It's right to the left of where my camera's at right now. There it is, sitting way back there. Pretty sleek console back there for the guy too. But this is a nice ship. Good ship. External camera. They're not listening. External camera.
Acknowledged.
All right. Did she say acknowledged? Acknowledged. All right. So we're at Leavitt Port. We got to go get us some fish or some meat or beer. I think in the last the trip I made, I brought 1 of each. I brought fish. I don't know if I made that much money on fish. So I think what I'm going to do, I didn't make very much money on beer either. I think I made the most money on animal meat, so that's what I'm going to do. Open Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Now there was a station pretty close to me that had all 3 of those things. So let me see if they still have, because I haven't done this for a day or 2. So I hope they still have the supplies. And let's see if I can find that station. Can't remember the name of it. I'll know it when I see it. I think it started with a P. There it is. Pataja. So we're going to go to Pataja to see if they got any meat left. Let's select a route. It's only a couple jumps from here. Close the map.
Exiting map.
And I think I'm all prepared, so let's just take off. All right. Departure handover.
Affirmative. Standby.
Right, I did get the right command.
Checking all systems. Repairs, fuel, weapons. Check. One moment, please. Ignition.
And we're off.
Power diverted to shields. All systems repaired. Stand by.
I
for
named
more.
this ship Granuale.
Affirmative. 30 meters, you have the contact. Landing module retracted.
Outside the exclusion zone.
Alright, see if we can get out of it. Now, this is a large ship. As I said, I used to use my Anaconda. I've got my Anaconda all kitted out for exploration now, though, after I engineered the ship. This one is also engineered somewhat. But it's still a pretty good sized ship. I gotta get out of this little letterbox here. And full impulse.
Full impulse.
Alright, now as soon as I get out of here a little ways. Power to engines.
Transferring power to engine.
Line up with our next destination here. I think it's about 2 or 3 jumps. System jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Preparing for jump.
Four, three, two,
So I haven't done anything with this game for quite some time, so
velocity
I thought it was about time I came in and at least got my space legs back under
exiting
me.
now.
Full impulse.
Full impulse.
I don't have to worry about scooping fuel when I'm not that far away. Then I don't have a fuel scoop installed anyway. Hipora. As soon as I get away from the star, we'll take off again. System jump.
frameshift drive charging.
Preparing for jump.
So the last time I made a video, well, in between now and the last time, they have added some new ships. I did buy a couple of new ships.
Four,
There's one called the Crate that's kind of cool.
Interstellar velocity at maximum. Hull integrity is within limits. All other systems are at normal levels.
Full impulse.
Maximum impulse.
Holy smokes. That music's pretty loud. I may have to turn that down a little bit. This is the first time I've played this game since I put my new computer together. So I'm having to readjust all the little details in the game, like the music sound and that kind of stuff. So we're already here. Half impulse.
Half impulse.
I'm going to
engaged.
overshoot if I don't slow down. When I do these kinds of transport missions, I try to find a station that has what I need close enough, and also the actual station is close enough to the star that I don't have to travel too far. And it makes it a lot quicker to haul items. This particular one was great because it's only 2 jumps away, and it has all 3 of the items. Fish, well, it did have fish, animal meat, and beer. I think I made the most money out of the animal meat, though, because it's not only bringing it to fulfill the mission, which you get paid for at the end of the mission, you also are selling items. So You want to make the most money that you can. Yeah, I definitely have to turn that music down a little bit. It's too loud. I'm not going to do it in the middle of space, though. I'll wait till I land. Now, normally with these community events, there are two events going on. There's one that's a transport, that you're just transporting goods. The other is combat. There's generally pirates and things, since they have ships coming in and out with transport goods more than normal because it's a community event. That means that the pirates are out in force. So there's also combat missions. I didn't decide to do any this time. Disengage.
Disengaging.
So I didn't bring my fighter ship out here.
Kutamaya Romeo Uniform Delta. Please follow standard docking procedures by order of the Imperial Flight Operations Bureau.
Alright, once I get close enough, I'll request docking. Stop engines.
Affirmative. Slowing to a full stop.
Request docking.
Sending docking request.
Alright, we got a pad already.
Please proceed to Bay 10.
Yeah, because this is a large ship, you have to have a large landing pad. And not all stations have a large landing pad. Most of them have at least small or medium, but not all of them have large. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. How's everything in your area?
Approach is good, Commander. Stay on this heading.
Scan detected.
We're kind of in between rain showers today. I still got the painter out trying to finish my painting my house. I hope he can get it pretty close to being done today and tomorrow. We still have rain showers in the forecast both days. We'll see.
Heavy oncoming traffic ahead. Please regulate your speed, Commander.
Ah, thanks. Actually, I can fly pretty good, but this is a big ship and I'm using auto docking.
Landing gear deployed.
But I actually fly pretty good. Well, until it comes to combat. Then I get my ass kicked. Not always. I do okay. But I'm not the best. But this is not a combat ship, so...
Landing successful. Lockdown procedure initiated. We are glad to have
Starport
you
services.
visit the station, Commander.
Starport services.
Alrighty then, let's go to the commodities market and see if they've got some animal meat left. Oh, they'd have very little animal meat. They still have plenty of fish, and where's the beer? And they have plenty of beer. God, they got over 1 million tons of beer. Well, I'm going to take the animal fat, 'cause I think that's, or the animal fat. I'm taking the animal meat because I think that's where the best price is. So I can hold 720 tons in this ship. That's going to cost me 1,126,800 credits for the animal meat.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I'm going to buy that, and then I'm going to get out of here. We'll head back to our other station. and see if we can make some profit on this. I'm going to go ahead and refuel while I'm here. I wouldn't have to, but why not? And then out. Now, I wanted to go in, though, and that music is way loud. Music volume. Let's cut it maybe in half and apply and get back in the game. Alright, now I am playing solo today because you know, I've got plenty of friends that are playing in here, and I don't think they realize when I'm recording and when I'm not. So I don't go into one of the private groups that I have. So I'm just in solo play. Solo play in this game means that I'm playing solo. All the other ships that you're going to see are NPCs. So I'm not playing with other people. So there's what they call an open play that is completely open. You're playing all. You do still have NPCs, but you also have anybody else that's playing the game. I rarely play an open play. If I do, it's in a private group, which is a little bit different. What that means is you're only playing with people in that same group. Now, some of the groups are pretty good size, so there could be quite a few people playing with you. But and that's how I normally play. But anyway, Skip, were you in last night in that live stream with Southern Boy when he talked about voice attack? Somebody had told him they were using voice attack. That voice attack program, plus a program called HSC Voice Packs, that's what I'm using to control my ship. I've got about 6 different characters made up of actors, if you will, that a couple of them from Star Trek, that control my ship as helmsman, as first officer, as tactical. All those stations that you would have in a ship are controlled by these voices, and I control them with the microphone. And that's when I'll tell her to take off. They're flying the ship, I'm not. It's all automatic using that program. It's a pretty slick program. So anyway, yeah, it's called Voice Attack. So we're gonna go ahead and I've got to set my destination first. Open galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
All right, so we're going back to Levitt, which is in, I can't pronounce that. It's in Buggy. I think it's Buggy, but it's in Levitt Port, I think. There it is. That's our destination. We'll lock that in. Close the map.
Displaying map.
Okay, departure handover. She didn't hear me. Departure handover.
Acknowledged. Checking all systems. Repairs, fuel, weapons. Check. There. Pre-launch diagnostics. Chase. Building configuration. All systems ready to go. Stand by for launch.
Ascending to 30 meters. Retracting module. Ending Medicom.
You may leave when ready.
Okay, now they just gave control of the ship back to me, so I can take off. They call the exit and entrance to these stations a letterbox. If you look at that, and you remember back in the old days, the mailman used to deliver mail through a slot in the door. They used to call that a letterbox. And that's what this looks like. So it looks pretty small, and it actually is. This is a pretty good sized ship, though. Uh-oh, crap. All right. Pretty good maneuvering. There's a green light on the right, red light on the left, so, but some of these ships are pretty good size. That one is about the same size as this one. I think that was a beluga. And a beluga, if that was a beluga, I'm pretty sure. If it's a beluga, that's the biggest ship in the game. Power to engines.
All power to engines.
Right now I'm mass locked. I have to wait till I get far enough away from the station before the gravity's not locked me in. Okay, it just ended. System jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Preparing for jump.
Full impulse.
Full impulse.
All right, skip.
Exiting now.
Full impulse.
Full impulse.
This is where I have to be careful because I've got a full load. That's when the pirates show up. Yep, there's one right there. Rumor was right. Good job, I found you first. This is a pirate trying to get to me. System jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Preparing for jump.
Ah, he got me.
Nearest hostile.
Stop engines.
All stop.
All right, I have to submit,
Adjusting.
then I'm gonna run. Boost engines.
Under attack.
Power to shields.
Transferring power to system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, let's see if I can get out of here. He's already taken out some of my shields. This is the dangerous part. These ships are very expensive. Well, let's see if I can get my shields back. Now, just because I outran him doesn't mean he's not going to find me again, so I got to keep going as quick as I can.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, one of my shields has come back.
Four, three, two, one.
All right, so I'm running because I don't have any weapons on this ship. I couldn't fight if I wanted to. And I've got it stripped down so I can have the most cargo space. I've got 720 tons of cargo space. So, you know, I don't have any heavy shields or anything. So my only option is to run if I get interdicted by a pirate. Unfortunately, I got 5,000 light seconds to get to this station. That's not bad. That's actually pretty close. So I'm going to head in here as hot as I can, because that guy's not going to give up. He's going to find me again. I'm going to head in as hot as I can and cut the engines back just before I get there. I got lots of ships. I probably have one that's got a G5 thruster, but I was already out in space. I don't even remember what I've got on this one. Mr. Gall's in the house. Hello, how are you? Disengage.
Drives disengaging.
Half impulse.
Half impulse engaging.
Gudamaya, Romeo Uniform Delta. This is Federal Flight Control. You're clear for approach. Ensure you submit a request before touching down, Commander.
Request docking.
Requesting landing platform.
Approved for access. You are go for approach to pad 10.
Stop engines.
All stop.
Acknowledged, Commander. Clear for assisted docking. Steady traffic in this area, Commander. Be vigilant.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that pirate to show up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. If we get in here, I'll take a look and see what I've got for shields.
Touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
Refuel and repair when landed.
Affirmative, Commander. Acknowledged.
Touchdown sequence complete. You may disembark when ready. Good to have you, Commander.
Repairs, fuel, weapons, check. Request complete.
All right, let's sell this stuff, and then I'll see what I've got for shields. Now, I had 720 tons of animal fat. Let's see, it's 2,443 credits per ton. So I'm going to make a profit of 1,758,000. So the animal meat sells pretty good. It's too bad they don't have more of it at that station. And at 720 tons, let's see what I look like towards the mission. All right, so I jumped from the top 50 up to the top 25 with just one load. I don't know if I'll be able to get top 10 or not. We'll take a look. But let me go in. We'll take a look at this ship. All right, there's my ship, but let's see what I've got. All right, I've got a 4A power plant, 7D thrusters. So he's right. I don't have decent thrusters in here. So 7D, that's I got those for the weight. So the Ds are the lightest weight item in the game, so I didn't get it for the thrust capabilities. But let's see, what else do I have here? I got a 6A frameshift drive that's engineered. And that's about all I would need, but I wanted less weight. That's why I have that thrusters that I do. Here's my other ships. I don't know if I can actually look at them though. There's the crate. I've probably got pretty good thrusters on the Anaconda. I think I've got engineered thrusters on the Anaconda that I could bring over to this ship. I just didn't do it, so... Let's see, what else? Actually, I might have something on the Python that would work too, but... Alright, well, hey, let's go get another load. I'm trying to make 10%, top 10%. There's no way in the world I've ever been. I just don't play often enough to get up in the top 1%. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Alright, we're going to head back. I don't have to worry about pirates on the way back because I won't have any cargo. Launch.
Initiating. Loading configuration. Engines online. Stand by for launch.
Docking clamps retracted. You are go for departure.
Alright, let's get out of here. It's kind of funny when you go through these letterboxes. If you go too slow, they'll take your privileges away and threaten to. In the station, any infraction is a death warrant. Like if you get into this letterbox and stop, they'll shoot you down. And you shouldn't race out like that. If you go over speed 100 and you hit somebody or do something, you're the one that's going to get in trouble. Even if they're the ones that hit you, if you're speeding, you'll get the fines. Station here for a minute. System jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Preparing for jump. Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Scanning for anomalies, none detected.
So DL, there's actually quite a bit to this game. This is just one segment of it, doing missions like this. This one's called the community event. There you can mine. If you put mining lasers on your ship, you can mine for ore. You can run other kinds of missions for experience and reward. You can transport goods, so you could become You know, well, you know, for all intents and purposes, you become a space trucker,
Frameshift drive charging.
hauling goods from one port to another for money. There are such things as rare goods in the game, so you can be a rare goods hauler and make money. You can do combat.
2,
You can get a fighting ship and be a bounty hunter. You can put together an exploring ship and go out into space, where actually there's still many, many places that nobody's been to yet. There's places in this game, it doesn't matter how long this game's out, you'd never get to. Somebody's never going to get to. There's always exploration. If you explore something and you find some place that nobody else has been, when you get back and turn in the information, you get credit for being the first person to discover it. So there's exploring to do. It's lonely out in space, though. Playing solo, which I've done mostly, it does get pretty lonely out here. Interestingly enough, there's a couple of radio stations in the game. Player groups that got together have their own radio stations. There's Lave Radio is one of them. So you can actually be out here listening to music, hearing advertisements, news items, all put together by players, other players, or player groups. And we're coming into Pataja. I'm hoping they still have some animal meat, because that sells pretty good. I made pretty good money on that.
Gutamaya Romeo Uniform Delta. Please note this station is under Imperial sovereignty. All regulations must be observed during docking procedures.
Boost engines.
Afterburners.
Request docking.
Asking now.
Permission
Stop engines.
granted. Please head
All
directly
stop.
to docking bay 39er. We have engaged auto-docking protocols.
Scan detected.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny too, because I use auto dock on this because of the size of the ship, and I'm lazy mostly because I'm lazy. There's a lot of people that will ridicule you for not flying your own ship in, but I know a lot of decent pilots that still use auto dock because they're lazy like me, and they're perfectly capable of flying their own ships.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
deployed.
All right, let's see if we got any animal meat left.
Landing safely completed. Please shut down all systems. The services of this Imperial facility are at your disposal, Commander.
Okay, let's check. They don't have. They've only got 199 tons of animal meat. I'm gonna take it because it sells well, but that isn't enough to fill my ship. So let's take that. And then let's see. Let's grab some beer. We'll fill the rest of the ship up with beer. Yeah, see, beer's a lot cheaper. I can get 521 tons for 75,000 credits. The animal meat was...
At maximum capacity.
If you remember, I had a full load of animal meat the last time, and it was $1,700,000 to buy. Or was that what I made on it? I think that's what it was to buy it. Let me hit the refuel. I always refuel when I'm in a station, even though I don't have to. Because if I don't, I tend to forget. And I don't have a fuel scoop on board, so I'd be stuck out in space if I ran out of fuel. Alright, we're ready to take off again, but I have to set a course. Open galaxy map. Open galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Alright, we're heading back to Bagai. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it is Levitt Port. Is where I actually need to go. And hopefully we won't run into pilots. And it is a legitimate worry that I lose my ship. Looks like I'm not the only one trying to get out of here. You got to remember when you're coming out of that letterbox that the space station is rotating. So sometimes you have to kind of rotate with that box to get out.
Landing gear retracted.
I'm flying manual. I forgot to put my landing gear up.
Frameshift drive charging.
And we're on. Now see, if I'm just playing this game by myself without recording or live streaming, I'll generally be watching a YouTube channel or watching a movie and that's kind of dangerous. There's been times where I've taken my eyes off the screen and got into some pretty serious trouble because I wasn't paying attention. But on a mission like this, just running back and forth hauling stuff, it can kind of get a little bit boring. So a lot of times I'll be either listening to a book or listening to music and just relaxing. It is relaxing.
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
That voice is kind of weird. I keep thinking he's saying time shift when he's actually saying frame shift.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, so far no pirates. And we're here at our station. Well, we will be. One more jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
So far, so good. External camera.
Acknowledged.
External camera.
Confirmed.
There is in-game news also that you can get if you play Galnet.
Week in review. Here are this week's major stories. The three candidates for the Alliance presidency have spent much of the past week delivering their campaign messages. While incumbent President Gibson Kincaid has demanded radical change to the Constitution, rival candidates Fazia Silva and Elijah Beck have adopted more conservative stances, focusing on economic growth and civil liberty respectively. The new president of the Alliance will be announced in October. The Federal Intelligence Agency has
Anyway, there is that. There's a lot of in-game information there, but it doesn't pertain to some people. I don't get into the game politics. There's a component of the game that has to do with the game factions and stuff, and I don't really get into that. I'm mostly a space trucker and an explorer is mostly what I do. Everybody has their interests. Some people like combat and bounty hunting and stuff like that. I'm not very good at combat. I just don't have the hand-eye coordination to do that very good. It's fun. I do it occasionally. But it's not my thing. Like I say, exploring is my favorite thing. Going out on missions are fun. Hauling things, that's how I make money. Those kinds of things. These community events are pretty easy to do. You're just hauling ingredients from point A to point B, and at the end of the event, you get paid for that. You're also getting paid for the profits you make on the items you're selling that you're transporting into the station. You're making profits on that as you go. When the community event is over, you make depending on how much stuff you haul and what percent you are. That's why I'm trying to get up to 10%. I can get pretty good money at the end of the event for that. That's a pretty planet. Pretty blue. Looks a lot bluer than Earth. They've got a new patch coming out sometime fourth quarter this year, I think it is, that is really going to boost the exploring a little bit, make some changes to it. Maybe make it a little bit more profitable in some respects, it's going to be a little bit more work than it was, but that's okay. It's just good that they're working on it for those people that like the exploring part.
Maya, Romeo Uniform Delta. This port is under federal control. Submit to randomized security scans on approach.
Request docking.
As requested.
Approved for access. Make your way to landing pad number 09er.
Now, the opening to the ship is usually between the planet and the station. So it's usually on this side, on the side that faces the planet generally. So if you're flying without a auto dock, you can kind of find, see it is right there, it is right there.
Steady traffic in this area, Commander. Be vigilant.
And as you line up, you'll see that there's a green on one side of the opening, red on the other. Obviously, green means go.
Scan detected.
Stop engines.
All stop.
Acknowledged, Commander. Clear for assisted docking.
A lot of traffic coming in and out. And this is solo. If we were in open play, there'd probably be a lot more, because that's when you've got other players in here with you. You gotta watch
Speed limit
those
is
little
100
ships flying
meters per
around.
second. Please comply.
You'll get slammed into every once in a while. Refuel and repair when landed.
Confirmed.
Landing gear deployed.
Yes, yes.
Docking confirmed. Dispatching ground crew. Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
Repairs, fuel, weapons, check. Request done.
All right. Let's see what we get for our beer. Let's sell the animal meat first. And let's see. Even with that small amount of animal meat, I still made almost 500,000 credits. Let's see what the beer sells for. I don't think the beer sells for quite the same price. It didn't cost as much either, so we'll see what profit I make on it, though. Yeah, see, I only made 260,000 credits profit on that, on 500 tons. So, yeah, the animal meat was the best, but they're out of it. Oh, well. At least I didn't lose money. So next, I'm going to try the fish. I think they had fish over there. See what kind of price I get for that. Let's check to see if I've moved up any. I doubt if I've moved up to 10. It's going to take more than one load. Still in the top 25. Okay. There's 1,896 players that have contributed to this event here. Now, a good share of them are in small ships. These are good missions for people that have just started the game and they have very small ships, and they're trying to make money so they can buy the big ships, and you can get some pretty good money for doing this. So, as you could see, when I sold that first one load of animal meat, I made almost $2 million. I can make money because I've got the bigger ships. But if you were just starting out and you had a small ship, even 100,000 credits is big money to you. So these missions like this are pretty good for people that are just starting out and they want to have something easy to do to make a little bit of money. I'm going to try fish and see what kind of profit I get for that. I'm thinking fish might be a little bit better than beer. Open galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
All right, we're going back to Pataja.
Detach is good. You may leave when ready.
Okay, let's see how quickly we can get there. Whoa. See what I mean? You have to be careful getting out of here. If that guy would have hit me, it would have been my fault. I would have got the ticket because I'm speeding. So you kind of got to be careful. Especially if you're in a big ship like this, not very maneuverable.
Frameshift drive charging.
I swear, it sounds to me like he's saying time shift. I know he's not. But it sure sounds like it.
3, 2, 1.
Let the cat out. Can't remember the command. Put the cat out. There it is. Feed the cat.
All right.
We have a ship's cat.
Frameshift drive charging.
I can't remember the commands though. It's been so long since I played. I can have the cat go check for mice in the hold.
3,
I just don't remember the command. Cat, check the hold. I don't think that's it. Inspect the hold. Yeah, that's not it either. Bad kitty. Alright, we're pretty close to the station. I don't want to get too carried away with the speed here. I'll have to look those commands up. There's several commands. I remember to let it out and put it away. Let me see. Put the cat out. There he goes. He went away. Let the cat in. Here, kitty, kitty. Bad kitty. Now, I don't know whether he's in or out now. I can't remember what I did. We'll find out. He'll make some noise here pretty quick, especially if he gets hungry. They got a parrot now, too. I spent so damn much money on those, though. I've got probably 10 characters that I have voices for. There's Q. You might have heard him. I think he's the helmsman. Q from Star Trek: The Next Generation. I've got voiced by Data, Brent Spiner, that played in Star Trek. What else? I've got Doctor Who, Tom Baker. He's my science officer right now, I think. I got several female characters that I don't know if they've ever been in TV or movies or not, but they're well-known voice actors. Disengage.
Disengaging.
Putermeyer, Romeo, Uniform, Delta. Please follow standard docking procedures by order of the Imperial Flight Operations Bureau.
Yes, sir. I sure will. Stop engines.
All stop.
Request docking.
Request for docking sent.
External camera.
Granted. Please proceed to main.
So evidently the cat is in. I just heard him. Camera 5.
Confirmed.
Camera 2.
Acknowledged.
I can't remember which camera I used to use. Camera 3. Camera 3.
Confirmed.
I think this is the one I use for getting in the ship mostly. And camera 5.
Scan detected.
Approach is good, Commander. Stay on this heading.
Camera 5.
Confirmed.
No, it's not camera 5. Camera 3.
Acknowledged.
Well, I get to watch him take it in, or this camera. But I can flip through them. That's from the bottom of the ship. That one's not too bad coming in. You get to see the ship come in and land. External camera.
Acknowledged.
Starport services.
Starport
Landing
services.
successful. You may alight when ready. The services of this Imperial facility are at your disposal, Commander.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the station. It's okay, though. No Hey! There's more animal meat than there was before. Because remember the last time I was here, there was 199 tons. Now there's 785 tons. That's enough for a full load for me. I'm going with that. It pays the best. So somebody's bringing animal meat in. 1,126,000 it cost me.
Cargo
But
hold at maximum capacity.
I'm going to get a better price for that than I will anything else, so we're taking it. All right. External camera. No. Don't do that. No. Galaxy map. That's what I want. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
All right. Let's go back. Cat, shut up. Feed the cat.
Acknowledged, Commander.
Cat eats a lot. I don't know why. What am I looking for? Levitt. There it is. All right, we're taking off. Hang on, cat.
Landing gear retracted.
You have been disengaged from the dock. Depart when ready.
All right, we got a few ships coming and going here. I'll have to take my turn. Did that guy just hit the dock? Sure looked like he did. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but every time I come out of this dock, my destination is in a different way, a different area. The docks rotate. I mean, they're orbiting this planet, so they do move. Boost engines.
Afterburners.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, the voice that I've got that plays, the guy that played Q, I'm trying to think of his name. I can't remember his name. But his character, his character is funny. But he's nasty. He's just mean to you. It's hilarious. I should have set him as number one. Now I got a load. I've got to have to be careful about pirates. That was a dangerous prospect. I was flying right into that star.
Frameshift drive charging.
I've been lucky so far. I've only had one pirate run into me. Yeah, I probably really should, take into account Daddy Chop Chop's comment about the thrusters. I've got them. I've got pretty decent thrusters on the Anaconda. I could swap them over. I was trying to keep the weight down. Yeah, here comes a pirate. I gotta get out of here as fast as I can.
Frameshift drive charging.
If I get charged fast enough, he won't be able to get me. Come on. Faster. Ah, shoot. I think I'm going to make it. Come on. I'm not gonna make it.
Ready to engage.
Wow. What is... Okay, I'm gonna be... I didn't make it. Come on.
Hull integrity compromised.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Power to shields.
Diverting power to requesting system.
I should have just stopped
Under attack.
and submitted. Boost engines.
Afterburners.
I gotta wait for my my frame shift to cool down. I think I got away from him a ways. That's kind of helping me out a little bit. Darn it, I screwed up. I should have submitted right away. Boost engines.
Afterburners.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, see if I can get out of here. I still have some shields left. Should be okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, the only thing that saved my bacon was I actually got further ahead of him by delaying submitting. I should have submitted. Had I submitted, I wouldn't have gotten that damage. Now, it said I had hull damage, but if you look on my HUD there, it shows that my hull is still 100%. So if I got damage, I don't know where it's at. So he really didn't damage my hull. But it was a foolish thing to do. I should have just submitted. Here's what I was hoping for. I was almost fully charged for that jump. Now, the last time I was on here, I had that same issue happen. Only I think I might have been a little bit further charged than I was this time, and it actually let me jump. So I was hoping that was the case this time, but I don't think I was charged enough to make that jump. But there have been times where I've been able to do it, but I should have submitted right away. The thing that it did do, I don't know if you saw, but or if you noticed, but my frameshift drive took quite a while to reset, to respawn. Normally it wouldn't have taken that long. Normally my frameshift drive heats up real fast, but because I had taken a little bit of damage and dinked around like I did, it took a lot longer for my frameshift drive to spin up. So bad decision on my part. I was lucky. It's not over yet. I still could. This pirate still may be following me in. If I can get to the station, though, I can get within the no-fly zone, and even if they're shooting at you, they just get blown up. That's cool when that happens. I've had it happen where they follow you into the station, they start firing at you, and you get close enough to the station, and you get into a no-fire zone, and then the ship will open up on them, blast them out of the sky, or the station, I should say. The station will open up fire. Just like they would do if you don't follow the rules. It's funny, if you do anything in a station, they just blow you up. No questions asked. You know, if you tried to land in a station and don't get permission, they blow you up. if you take too long getting in the station through the letterbox, they'll blow you up. There's just, you'll get a fine for sure, but they consider you trespassing. It's funny. All part of the game. It up a little bit. Seems like I'm coming in pretty dang slow because I'm looking around at all my monitors here. Can't find what I'm looking for. Alright, let's get in here.
Maya, Romeo Uniform Delta. This port is under federal control. Submit to randomized security scans on approach.
Boost engines.
Boosting now.
Scan detected.
Don't scan me. They scan everybody. There is a way, if you've got, if you're smuggling, that you can get in without being scanned. You have to get back far enough, because they don't scan you till you get closer to the station. You can sit back here at a distance, line up, and then run as fast as you can, and then slam the brakes on at the last minute, and you can get in without getting scanned. It's kind of a tricky proposition, but you can do it. Request docking.
Searching for landing platform.
Okay, Commander. Your assigned landing pad is number 24.
Thank you. Yeah, if you want to fly it in yourself, you can do that. Just fly it in. Like I'm flying it in right now. If you stop all engines, then...
All stop.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Steady traffic in this area, Commander.
If you stop, if you do the engines like that, you can. The autopilot will take over. I'm flying it in myself right now, though. And then once I'm in here, I'm just going to go ahead and let it take over. Stop engines. Stop engines.
All stop.
All right, autopilot will take
Automated
over.
docking. Enjoy the ride, Commander.
The autopilot will take care of the landing gear and all kinds of stuff like that. So, just depends on what you want to do. I'm lazy, so I usually use it on my large ships anyway. I don't generally use it on my fighter ships,
You're all checked in, Commander.
but with my Anaconda and this ship, they're pretty good size, and I usually use the auto. 'Cause I'm just lazy. I don't like flying in. All right, let's see what we get for this one. Animal meat, 720 tons. We are going to make in profit. Now, this is the actual profit that I'm going to make. Remember, I spent close to this amount on the item when I bought it. But this is the actual profit. So they're taking into consideration what the price that I'm getting is versus the price that I bought it for, and I'm making that much profit. That's pretty good.
Incoming message.
Oh, really? What kind of message? They're telling me that I've been a good boy for this station? Salutations, Commander. Thanks to your dedicated service, you are considered an ally. of Mold Federal Mining Incorporated. We hope that you will continue to support us, and you'll always be welcome at our ports. Cool. So I made ally. That's good. Didn't take too many. God, what did I get? I can't remember how many trips I've made. Not that many. Let's see what this load did for me. Well, I'm still in the top 25, but I have hauled 4,976 tons in. I guess you could do the math, 720 tons a load. I didn't make it in the top 10 yet. I'm going to keep going a little bit. It's almost lunchtime now. I'm getting hungry. All right, let's see. Open Galaxy map. No, seriously. Open Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
I think I said it too fast. I cannot understand you. All right, we're going back to Kataja. Close the map.
Leaving map.
Now, we did get a little damage, and we've used a little bit of fuel, so I should probably do some repairs. Refuel and repair.
Affirmative. Repairs, fuel, weapons, check. Request complete.
That wasn't too bad. Yeah, a little less than 700 credits of damage. That wasn't bad, really, for that stupid thing I did. What a silly thing. Next time I'm just going to submit right away. I have no weapons. My only choice is to outrun. I should have just submitted and ran.
Dash confirmed. You are go for departure.
So I think I'm going to make one more load, and then I'm going to go get me some lunch. If I don't make 10%, I may come back and run a few more runs. Now remember, there's no up and down in space. You notice that the green is on the left side this time. That means I'm flying upside down. But there's no up or down in space. Just like there actually is no sound. Although you do hear stuff. Because you expect to hear stuff. You expect the ship to make noise. What they do is they explain that you're hearing the sound from the inside of the ship. But, there you go. Boost engines.
Afterburner.
Frameshift drive charging.
Thing of it is depending on how long the community event goes, even if I make 10%, doesn't mean if I make 10% and I stop making hauling runs, there may be enough people that keep hauling. It doesn't mean that I'm going to keep my 10%. I may drop down. You never know. I don't know if I've ever had that happen. So I could be mistaken about that, but I think that's right. I think if you came in, let's say you were the second person in, and it puts you way up into 10% because you're the second person hauling, and then you stop hauling, many, many, many more people are going to come in and haul much, much more than you did. So I would imagine that your rating would go down. So even if I make the 10% and then I stop hauling and I don't come back and the event ends, it may drop me back into 25%. That's the game you play, though.
3, 2, 1.
And I literally do not have the time to play this game constantly. I am a very casual player. There are a lot of people that this is the only game they play. I know some of my buddies on the game here. It's the only game they play. They come in every day and this is what they play. And, you know, so they could sit here on this community event and play it until it's all over. Generally, what most of us do is we come in and we do a couple of runs of goods, and once we get to the station, we'll do the station that the event is at. Once we first get there, we'll have one of our fighter ships transported, which takes time depending on how far your home base is away, and it also costs credits to do that, but you pay them to have your ship delivered to this station. While you're waiting, you'll run out and do a couple of loads of goods and haul here until you're happy with that. When you get tired of that, little bored, you grab your fighter ship and go out and do some bounties, because you can make some damn good money doing that. I'm not necessarily a bounty kind of a guy, so I usually just do this. But occasionally I get bored. If I plan on doing this for several hours, then yeah, I'll bring my fighter ship over. I'll run a couple of loads and then get my fighter ship, go out and do some bounties. I really didn't do that today because I've got some other things I have to do this afternoon. I've got some recording to do on other games. And I didn't have the time to spend really playing Elite Dangerous. But I hadn't done this for so long, so I kind of wanted to come in and just do a quick either live stream or a quick recording. I decided to live stream. Whoops. Uh-oh. I hit the disengage button before I got to the station. Bad me. Engage Super Cruise.
Engaging crew.
Frameshift drive charging.
Dang it. I was too quick on the button.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Alright, there we've got a safe disengage. I was a split second too soon. That just showed you how fast you're actually traveling.
Utamaya Romeo Uniform Delta. Please follow standard docking procedures by order of the Imperial Flight Operations Bureau.
Request docking.
Request sent.
Stop engines.
All stop.
Permission granted.
Hush up,
Proceed
Cat.
at your earliest convenience to pad 2-5. We are ready to engage
External camera.
the automatic docking
Confirmed.
system.
Camera 3.
Acknowledged.
Camera 8.
Confirmed.
Yeah, okay, that's the rear one. Camera 7. Camera 7.
Confirmed.
Camera 6.
Acknowledged.
Camera
Confirmed.
3. No, you didn't even hear my command. Command 3. Camera 3.
Acknowledged.
There we go. We can see the station coming in. Whee! Camera 8.
Acknowledged.
This one's not too bad. Look at those purple.
Scan detected.
Whoa, that was loud. Blew wax right out of my ears. I love this ship. This is a cool ship. This is a cutter. It's very expensive. I worked hard to get this ship.
Pilots are constantly reminded to observe facility traffic regulations and avoid obstructing the airlock.
Alrighty. External camera. External camera.
Confirmed.
Commander.
One of the reasons why I like these voice commands is because I've got my HOTAS set up in front of me. My keyboard's quite a ways away, and it wouldn't be so bad, except for I have to reach over the HOTAS controls. That's the throttle and the stick. I have to reach over them to get my keyboard to do commands on the keyboard. So the camera control is like control shift something. It's a 3-key thing, and it's not easy to do if you're reaching over. Plus, I've got a microphone in front of me, so when I reach over to get the keyboard, my head hits the microphone. I mean, it's just easier to have those voice commands to help you out. For me, anyway. Right, let's see if they get any meat back in. Animal meat. Nope, they've only got 96. I'm going to take the animal meat because it sells good, even though there's only 96 tons. And then this time I'm going to fill it out with fish. Let's see what fish does.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Of course it is.
Pilots are warmly thanked in advance for keeping the docking bay clear.
Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Alright, going back to... Shut up, cat. He scares me sometimes. Was it Levitt? It was Levitt Port. Close the map.
Leaving map.
Put the cat out. He won't scare me anymore. Should have fed him first, I guess.
He operates under Imperial regulations to ensure that every need is done.
Landing restraints released. You may leave when ready.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm hungry. It's my last ship. My last load on this ship. And then I'm going to go get me something to eat. Each ship is built different. The big ships, especially, sometimes are kind of hard to get in and out. The big hauler, they call it the Space Pig. You can imagine why. It's big and bulky and slower than a 7-year edge. And I have trouble getting out of that letterbox without hitting the sides. And there's a difference between this ship and and some of the other ships where wherever the cockpit is, whether you go high or low through the letterbox.
Frameshift drive charging.
I can't remember whether it's the Anaconda, the way the cockpit is on it. It's a big ship. It's bulkier than this one. And when you go out of the letterbox, you have to kind of hang up high towards the roof of the letterbox when you're coming out of the station, or the bottom of the ship's going to hit. So if I'm flying it, I have to fly out a little bit different than this one. This one's a little more sleek in style, and it's a lot easier to get out of that letterbox than the Anaconda or the Space Pig.
charging.
What's my temperature doing? Oh, it's okay. You have to be careful if you hit your frameshift drive when you're too close to the star because you're going to overheat. But I'm slightly concerned that I'm going to get interdicted by a pirate, so I hit that one a little bit quick. But it turns out it was okay. Normally I try to get around the star, and you see the temperature is 47% now on my HUD. Now it's 60, 52. You get around the star and get away from the star. It's 62% heat. I usually line up and wait. When it starts coming down, then I hit the button.
Drive charging.
Yeah, it does take a little bit of time for the frame shift to power up. So the quicker you can hit the frame shift button, the jump button, if you're worried about being interdicted. I don't worry too much about it, but it is a concern, especially flying a ship this expensive. Well, let's see how the fish, when we get to see how the fish sells. Hopefully the fish sells pretty good because they're out of meat. Whoa! Those ships flying around like crazy out there. Those, see that blue triangle? That's another ship. And the one in front is another ship too. Man, he's just spinning around like crazy doing this kind of stuff. He's zipping around, isn't he? Well, so far so good. Haven't seen a pirate. We're not there yet though. So I'm going to continue in at full speed. Wait till I get to about a little less than 1,000 light speed distance, and then I'll cut it back to half speed. Should be okay. Should be okay. There's nothing funnier than when you overshoot your destination. I do that every once in a while. I'm not paying attention. Well, like I said, a lot of times I'm listening to an audio book or listening to radio station or something, just dinking around, watching a YouTube video, and you kind of look away for a few seconds, look back, and you're overshooting your destination. It's funny. It makes me laugh. Yeah, we get close. This game's a lot of fun, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. It can be a little bit boring to some people. If you're into playing games where you can accomplish stuff, then, you know, or if you're into role playing, you can role play this game pretty easy. Completely open. It's one of those games that will not hold your hand. There's a lot of stuff to know. There's a learning curve to this game, and there's nothing here to help you, really. There's a few tutorials at the very start, but when I first started playing a game, because quite a while ago, as a matter of fact, I was one of the people that donated money for the game before it started, so I got a few perks for that. But I'm just a casual player, so I'm no professional at it at all. But it definitely does not hold your hand.
Udamaya, Romeo Uniform Delta. This is Federal Flight Control. You're clear for approach. Ensure you submit a request before touching down, Commander.
Well, I shall do so. Request docking.
Searching for landing platform.
Approved for access. Make your way to landing pad number 24.
Hey, that's the landing pad I had the last trip. Stop engines.
All stop.
Acknowledged, Commander. Clear for assisted docking.
External camera.
Acknowledged.
I'll just leave it on camera 8 for now. Camera 3.
Confirmed.
I lied. Yeah, I can't see the station. Camera 8. Camera 8.
Confirmed.
By the way, the camera is completely controllable. You can unlock the camera and put it anywhere you want. That's really interesting for making videos and stuff. It takes a little bit of expertise to control the camera, though, and I'm not very good at it. So I'm going to unload this one, and then I'm going to go get me some lunch. I don't think, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that this load will bring me from 25% to 10%. But if it doesn't, no big deal. I might come in later and keep making. External camera.
Acknowledged.
Refuel and repair when landed.
All right, then.
Whoa, that was funny. It's like I bounced right off the dock.
Landing operation complete. Securing ship. Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
Repairs, fuel, weapons, check.
No repairs to do.
Request done.
Thank you, sir. Let's go in and sell our stuff and see how much the fish sells for. Let's do the animal meat first. Even with only 96 tons, I made 234,000 credits. Animal meat sells pretty good. Let's do the fish. Yeah, it's way down. See, the selling point for 1 ton is 13, and if you remember, the fish was like 28 or something. So it doesn't sell for as much as the animal meat did. But even so, I got over 500,000 credits for it. Sweet. Now, I'm going to go take a look and see where I'm at in the standings. And then I'm going to go get me some lunch. Yeah, now look, this is the two things that are going on here. The first one is, on the top, is the transportation of beer, fish, and animal meat, and then below is this is the combat. So, as I said, there's a lot of ships bringing supplies into the station right now for their Oktoberfest, And so there's pirates galore out there, knowing that there's ships coming in with goods. So they also hire you to go out and to combat those pirates. And this is almost always the case, that there's more people out there doing combat than there are people coming in and transporting goods, because people enjoy the combat. I'm not one of them. I do enjoy it, but I'm not very good at it, so I don't tend to do very much of it. And so anyway, I usually do the transport and a little bit of combat. Let's see where I'm at. I'm still 25%, so I didn't make it, but I can come back later and do some more. I'm not that far off. So a couple more runs and I might be up in the top 10%. So anyway, I'm going to end the stream here because I want to go eat some lunch. And hope you had fun. If you did, come back and watch some more. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.